What up, Dokkanners? We have some new information in-game regarding the Version Z update, and we have an official confirmation as far as when exactly the Version Z update will be dropping on global. So let's take a look at all of that, including the details on the brand new LR that is dropping on global with the Version Z update. So we'll start with the maintenance here. Maintenance has been officially announced for the 16th of January at 4 p.m. PST, which is essentially refresh. So wherever you are in the world, whenever the new missions for the day are available at that moment, that is considered refresh. That will be when the actual maintenance kicks in, which means you will not be able to do your daily missions for that day until the maintenance is over. So hopefully that helps you guys kind of figure out what time that will be exactly for you. It will end 10 hours later at 2 a.m. Pacific on the 17th of January, which is a Monday. So if you guys need a quick little refresher on what time that could potentially be, I don't want to do this in full detail like I do in my summon videos, because, you know, I do that in a very unironic, or just in a kind of funny way, being sarcastic. I'll just cover a couple time zones here. Boston, it would be 5 a.m. when the maintenance ends. In China, it will be 6 p.m. January 17th when the maintenance ends. In India, it will be 3:30 p.m. when the maintenance ends. In Brazil, it will be 7 a.m. when the maintenance ends, and Spain, it will be 11 a.m. when the maintenance ends. So if you guys are in whatever time zone in between those, that will be roughly when the maintenance ends. It's possible there could be a slight delay for this one, but Dokkan has generally been pretty good recently in terms of their overestimating their actual windows. That way, they, most of the time, will finish their maintenance before that, so that they always look like a hero. I'm just going to say that that's my idea because I've always talked about that, so I'll just say that they took my idea. So yeah, with that, we will also be seeing the removal of the Limited Key 1. Now, don't freak out. This is nothing of substance, really, because the Limited Key 1 basically did nothing for us in this game. Because when you look at the Portal of Memories, we've got Story, we've got Growth, Challenge, Z Battle, and then Limited. Limited is almost always never available. In fact, I can't even remember a time when it was even available. I just cannot think of it, because these events are supposed to be limited, so why exactly would they be available after they're gone? It would kind of defeat the point. Also, it would kind of defeat the purpose of these very exclusive limited edition items or rewards that you might get. So I think they finally realized that. They're just going to remove it altogether. No harm done. It doesn't affect anybody in any way. Anytime there's a special new event on a campaign, I will tell you anyway, so it's not like it really matters. So now, let's talk about the other piece of news that has been announced. More details on the upcoming 5.0.2, aka the Version Z update. Some more details are being thrown in here. The producer's letter on my last video talked about stuff overall, but this is hopefully going to be going over some of the more in-depth details regarding the changes coming. So we're going to quickly gloss over these, and then we're also going to look at the Dokkan Wiki for that brand new LR. Optimize the tutorial. The tutorial will be optimized to make it more enjoyable for newcomers. The current tutorial scenario will be added to Area 1 of Quest Mode, so that's nice. As you start your journey through the story mode, you will be able to start off with Quest Mode, which is a nice way to kind of indoctrinate the new players into the game. Very easy to play game, very easy to play bosses. It's going to be a very fun time. Throwing the tutorial in there is a smart move. Added the new feature Dragon Ball Story with the renewal of pre-existing story events. Players will be able to relive stories from the Dragon Ball series by playing this new feature. So this is kind of the new archetype for story events moving forward. In the upcoming version update, the revamped story event, A New Threat, Saiyan Warrior Race, will be added to the Dragon Ball story. The content of Dragon Ball Story will be expanded in the future by redesigning certain story events. So this is the start, and this is not the end. There will be more. Let's actually take a look at the Dokkan Wiki now at how they have changed this whole thing. Also, the Dokkan Wiki has changed a little bit in terms of searching for this. Normally, you'd go to events, and you would see story events, special events, prime battles, yada, yada, yada. Now, there's a distinction between story events and Dragon Ball story events. So, we'll actually take a look at the two. This is what it looks like on the Dokkan Wiki right now. Big shout out to the Dokkan Wiki. Currently on Global, we don't have the Version Z yet, so we still have things looking like this. Ultimately, I would assume, eventually, when all these story events are redone or whatever, then this would probably be gone. But on the JP side, this is what the story events look like because they're not doing the DB story stuff. So they've currently got 2 stories that have been redone. So we'll look at the Saiyan Warrior Race. This is the story event that is currently available in this form on Global. Hardcore players will take note of the fact that one of the missions has had a glitch where it always seems to... Oh, yeah. These 2 missions seem to reset each time the event returns. So this was always a thorn in my side as someone who likes to complete all missions. I would literally do this every single time. I'm assuming with the version Z update, this will forever be gone. So with that, this story event will go away, and we will see the new revamped version right here, introducing the brand new LR Goku in here as well. We'll actually take a look at that. All the stages have kind of changed. They've thrown in a couple new medals, new unit, and so on and so forth. So now, let's take a look at the brand new LR Goku. This is a very nice new starting unit that can be obtained by completing all missions on the upcoming missions tab that they will be doing, where basically it's like a grid, a 3x3 grid, kind of like a tic-tac-toe board with a bunch of missions that are shown directly on that little challenge board. Kind of like your Super Smash Bros. Challenge boards, where if you want to open up those spaces, you would have to clear those missions and remove it, kind of like that. So once you complete all of those missions, I believe there's like 45 or at least something like that in total. Very easy to do. You will be able to unlock this LR Goku. All types key plus 359%. Raises attack and defense, causes colossal damage to the enemy. 18 key, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Attack and defense plus 59. Attack and defense plus 59 when performing a super attack. All allies key plus 2 attack and defense plus 30. Plus an additional key plus 3 attack plus 59 when attacking extreme class enemies. Raises attack temporarily. Causes ultimate damage to the enemy, which can be activated from turn 5 at the start of battle. This one kind of stinks, but still, honestly, I really like this unit because it kind of does a little bit of everything that shows the new players what it's like to have various roles in Dokkan. Number one, it leads all types. Very convenient way to start because as you're starting the game, you're just going to be summoning random units, whatever you get, you're going to throw on a team. Number two, it kind of introduces you to the mechanic of stacking, be it a temporary one, but still effective. Both versions do it, so he's able to, you know, if you have enough additional in there, you could brace for impact from some nasty attacks. Nice stats in terms of a free-to-play starting unit. Also, the ability to support all types is a very nice throw in here because it also introduces new players to the concept of support units. So it introduces players to the idea that not only do you want hard hitters, but you also want supports that can make your hard hitters stronger. So I do like the way that they built this unit. They also kind of gave it a character-specific little add-on at the end. He gets stronger when he fights evil, which is nice. So very well designed here by Dokkan regarding this new unit. Nice set of categories here. Links, Z fighters, all in the family, Saiyan lineage, Kamehameha, experienced fighters, shouting limit, legendary power. So this is the brand new LR that people will be able to use when we get this on global. Now let's go back and read out the rest of the news here. Greatest Warrior, which is unlocked after completing the tutorial, will be revamped. The new content will be unlocked gradually according to your progress. By completing certain missions from the revamped Greatest Warriors, you can recruit Soaring Nimbus Goku to get the LR. So basically what I was talking about. All of this is for the new LR Goku. If you completed the tutorial before updating 5.0.2, certain missions will already be completed. Okay, let's move on here. Implemented Gyro's recommended characters will be revamped into Gyro's Guide. So basically, this is the to-do list, the way that new players will be able to kind of have some sort of a direction in where or how and what time they work on various things in the game. So they're basically making that easier for players to use. Added a new function that allows you to automatically clear lower difficulties upon clearing higher difficulties. This was a logical thing that they should have done from the start. If you have the ability to beat the highest difficulty, then you shouldn't have to go back and individually face off against the previous two versions. Now, you just simply have to complete one. You get credit for all three, which is a much needed change there. Makes the whole process faster. After updating to 5.0.2, you can clear higher difficulty. If you clear higher difficulty that is... What? If you clear a high difficulty in a stage that has multiple difficulties, you'll be able to clear the lower difficulties as well. Basically what I just said. Even if you have cleared a higher difficulty in a stage before the update, you will still need to clear the higher difficulty again to automatically clear the lower difficulties. So if you have any stages that you haven't yet worked on, even if you complete them, they're apparently going to be coming back. So added the auto function. You will be able to use the auto mode on maps in battles. We talked about this already. Auto map versus auto battle. Auto map means it automatically traverses you through the map in the fastest possible way. Auto battle basically has the computer act for you. The thing is, though, you have to kind of get a feel for how it works because I think it prioritizes maximizing ki on individual units. So if you're trying to like front load a bunch of orbs, you're saving it for a massive nuke attack. I do not think that the auto thing will have that sort of mentality when trying to get through your units because it's trying to prioritize speed here. So it's kind of just a macro that's in place. So keep that in mind. I mean, once you get the auto function, you'll be able to tinker with it and figure it out. In quests, you can also use auto mode in stages that have not been cleared, which is a nice change. So normally you'd have to clear everything at least once before doing that. Now you can just auto your way through the entire quest mode, making quest mode even easier and more fun, I guess, for new players as they start. Optimize hidden potential activation. We talked about this on the last video. They're basically changing how the hidden potential is done. You push one button, it fully maximizes the unit's potential to the potential that it's capable of given how many copies you have. A nice little aesthetic change here is that they are also going to be giving you a visual indicator if a unit is rainbow ready, which is a nice touch because sometimes you don't know which units have all their dupes ready. You might have lost track because there's just so many to collect and account for. You might forget. So these visual little cues are very nice and a nice user-friendly update, which is going to go a long way for players. So that is, if you want more information about this, go check out my video talking about the hidden potential stuff. Did a video on it. Optimized team formation, we talked about this too. Team cost has been removed. No longer a thing people have to worry about. Up to 50 teams can be saved, which is a very nice change. You can save like every iteration of team that you want now. You can name them. You can copy and paste onto various team. Little loadouts. Nice little superficial change. Auto team building function is also a thing. So if you don't know what team you want to put together, they can do it for you. Optimize the select team page. This is also going to be a nice little change because they are somewhat, I'm not going to say fully revamping, but they're kind of updating the way that your friend units can be searched for. If I'm not mistaken, JP players have been having a relatively better time in terms of the friend units that are recommended to them, in terms of their teams and what they're about to do on various events. So that being said, the friend update, not exactly a full-on friend update, but it is being tinkered with a little bit, and I'm sure in the future they will actually really tackle it. Made some other adjustments. Adjustments to missions descriptions will be made. Fix some bugs. The bug where the damage dealt to the enemy might be different from the previous record. Previous record when players resume a suspended game will be fixed. I never even knew that was a thing, but apparently it was. So that's about it here. All of those little pieces of information. Pretty much some of it was covered in the producer's letter. Some of it was mentioned in more detail here. There is still a couple more things to be mentioned, but I think that's probably more going to be version Z campaign specific. So I won't overload you with more than that. But that is pretty much it for right now, folks. Version Z is 1 week away. So if you guys have not already done so, get ready to really dive in and jump into peak Dokkan, because this is the rebirth, the second wind that Dokkan had desperately needed. This is going to make your experience in the game a whole lot more positive and generally better. So hopefully you guys are here for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed because I will be doing all sorts of videos covering all of the changes as well as all the new content. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on all of the changes coming up with the version Z update? And what do you think of the new starter LR Goku? Do you think it's a fair and balanced unit to start things off for new players? Or do you think they could have done a little bit more for it? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.